All right, day 4 of Anime Expo, last day. The only thing we really have to do is the Macross Movie screening. That is at 12 at the Novo. And then after that, there is the City Pop panel. If we're not tired, we'll go do that. But that's it. At the very end, we'll give our final thoughts. But let's just walk around just a little bit more. Also, every single day I've been doing at least 11,000 steps. And actually, let's go to TC Waters. Let's go to the Junes booth. 49?
49 Fernando?
Yes.
Thank you. Here you go.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Ooh, look at that. Gives us the Persona 4 revival bag. And Thirsty Waters did do one with Godzilla, and that was at Anime Expo Chibi, and it was super sick. I just find a good spot to try these out. It is a hot day. It's been pretty warm throughout the convention, so it's good to just kind of sit down and like have a nice cold treat. I probably picked the wrong spot to do this because I'm like in front of the speakers in the beer garden, but here is our stuff, and we're gonna keep the bag. I'm a sucker for ephemera, and this is like right up my alley. And my goodness, look at that. Philemon Butterfly Yuzu. Look, that looks great. And it's like in a pop cap too. And here's Teddy's berry blueberry ice cream as well. So that is what we got. They did have like a couple like coffee based stuff, but I think it's a little too hot for milk and dairy. That is really good. Nice and refreshing on a hot day. There are actual like peels in here, so it's like that nice like sweet and bitter taste to it. I really like this. Absolutely will get that again. As for the Teddy's berry, no spoon. I guess we'll use the straw, or I could just like go find a spoon. So we're gonna eat with our straw. If there's a will, there's a way. That is really good. That is surprisingly really good. Yeah, Thirsty Waters gets things right like fairly often. Well, there we go. That was our little taste test. If I had more people, we probably would have gotten more of the Persona stuff, but there we go. You know what? I haven't been in the Crypto.com arena. The JJK panel starts at 10, so it's in like in 30 minutes or so. And look at that. They gave us a little thing. I've never been in the crypto arena as well, but there's no way. They got this whole place for AX. Wow. We're at a slight angle, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Man, that is definitely something I never expected. Like to the Crypto.com arena, like being filled with like anime fans. Like that's great. That's great. Now I hope they keep the crypto arena next year, because the like main hall area in the convention center is blocked off because they are doing construction. But I think that was like super easy. Like I showed up like I think like 10 minutes late. It could just be because it was Sunday, and you know Sunday is a chiller day, so no, not a lot of people were there. But that was nice. Like please, Anime Expo, SJPA, I think that's what the organization is. Keep it for next year. That was great. So right now we are walking towards the Novo for the Macross movie that is going to be showing in like an hour 20. I'm seeing if there's anybody lining up, and it looks like there are some people lining up. Actually, looks like there's quite a bit of people lining up. Okay, line doesn't look too bad. Where's the entrance? Is this the entrance?
For Macross?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You got to understand, when we were originally watching Macross, there was no online.
Yeah.
Nothing online.
I still remember going to the public library and renting like DVDs and stuff.
You can actually, I read an archive of a chat from like 1985, back in the old newsrooms.
Well, yeah.
Because it was only people who had like access in college, and they were like, "Hey guys, I think this Robotech thing might be 2 different anime." and it was like, "Hey, I think there's a 3rd one coming up, and it might be Orgus." You know, it was like because nobody had any idea.
Remember Coral Masick came to the 1984 Worldcon, and he had the dubbed Macross date that he was marketing originally, and with a new theme song that nobody's heard. And
I would kill to see that.
They actually used
that's
that-
after I
so they
watched a
used-
bunch of
they used
just
that theme
raw
song.
Macross episodes and CFO meetings.
They did a Filipino version.
Yeah, that's the one I watched.
Okay, yeah, and like it's lost media. Like they lost it, but they used that sound. They used that like the Macross theme.
We're fighting Space Fortress Macross.
Soldiers of fortune of deep space.
So someone in line actually attended the CFO meetings in LA. That is insane. That is legendary. Thank you for your service, sir. Now, I have been to the Novo before, but the only reason I was there was to watch the starting line. I was like, I hear Keon.
Thank you all for coming out today to Anime Expo 2026 for Big West screening of Macross. Do you remember love?
On behalf of all parties involved, we are so very grateful to bring you this special presentation today. And we thank everyone for their support of the Macross franchise, and we hope you'll stick with us as Macross takes off into the future.
Do you guys mind if I get you guys to do a little participation for us before we start?
Yeah.
I'd like to get underway. Do you agree? Yes. All right, can I have everyone stand up? What I'd like to do is give Big West, Big West is behind all this, and it's taken all these years. So I'd like to give them a big thank you. But this time around, I want to do a count to 3, and all at once, 1, 2, 3, and I get a, I love you so.
Oh my lord.
You guys do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do a practice round.
All right, here we go. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
I love
you so. All right, for real this time.
All right.
One more. Come on, guys. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
I love you so.
I think we do one more.
All right.
Last one. I mean,
With feeling.
this is protocol. This is feeling. All right. We got to give it 2. Yes. We got mics. We got it.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
I love you so. Yeah.
Yuck. Tickle shot.
Do we sit down too?
Oh shit.
All right, everyone. We're going to get things started with a little history video. Macross is a genre-defining work of sci-fi anime that has continued to captivate audiences for over 40 years.
All right, we just finished the Macross movie. Honestly, I almost teared up. It's really, really good. I have some thoughts. The audio syncing, there was a big issue. I'm almost certain it was because of the Novo itself. Like, it sounded like it was coming out of like 2 different speakers. I don't know what was up with that. But also, the way that it was all laid out, the subtitles were almost impossible to read. Thankfully, there was a TV like to the left side as to where if I was unable to read or make out what they were saying, I just turned to the left and looked at the other TV and we were good. Right now we're going to the early idol panel. That is, I don't remember where it is, but it's in one of the, somewhere, I don't know. Get in, I think the easiest way is actually through the big line that we always walk by and never get into, because that's where the panel lines are directly. Also, it is currently 2, so that means that the whole convention is going to close in about an hour. So when the panel is all done, the con's closed. So we finished the panel and that's it. Go home. Con's done. Oh man, we have to go up these stairs again. This is massive. I was in the smaller room last year. Sit over here and get a good shot of the screen. Oh, I'm tired. Well, I finally got the post-con, not depression, but just exhaustion. Everything is just hitting me at the exact same time. All right, so Anime Expo 2026 is done. It's been done for a hot minute. As you can tell, not at the convention right now. I'm in my mess. Y'all can't see behind me this way, but that is a nightmare. All right, so thoughts. It was pretty good. Pretty fun convention. Let's start off with the good before we go to the bad. It's a lot bigger. A lot bigger. A lot of vendors as well, if you're into that. I still really do like all of the industry panels. I feel that with the expansion, because of how major and how popular anime is getting, that they definitely needed to expand. And I'm glad that instead of moving the convention to a larger space, they just opened up the surrounding areas. Also, I really do think that the quality of booths really went up this year for certain industry people. Also, the type of panels that they've had this year were still really good. Still everything that I was interested in. There were a lot of panels that I wanted to get to because it's, you know, Anime Expo. My schedule is extremely jam-packed, but I did go to a decent amount of panels in a variety of different areas, and I thought they were all fantastic. Now let's talk about the entertainment hall. With it being moved to a parking structure, I was not expecting the big tent that they had at Anime Expo Chibi, but that is very nice. I did really like that. And now it is just a dedicated place to play video games. Although there were some shortcomings. The retro game area was kind of laughable. I really wish that it was just more retro game stuff. And also the arcade was done by Game Saru. I just wish there was more arcade cabinets, but that's just me wanting more. It is a huge improvement from last year where it was just one-up cabs and it was a joke. So thank you, Game Saru. You're legendary. I love you all. So yeah, that is the good. The bad, I would say, is the line management and the fact that we have to like check in every single time we go into a new area. That was a nightmare. And as mentioned in this video over here, we were locked out for about 20 minutes because they were not keeping track of people that were checking out of the main convention hall, but the fire marshal did stop by and essentially just blocked us all from going in. They have to do two things. One, they have to bring back the check-in so that doesn't happen again. And they also cannot have us check in every single time we go to a new area. I get it, it's to minimize people sneaking in, but from what I've heard, a lot of people snuck in anyway, so it's like it doesn't really matter. That's not really the convention's fault. That is more like security's fault. Like, I also heard that security this year was like really bad. Like, there was like a lot of people sneaking in. There was also people like getting kicked out of like cosplay gatherings as well. I think that happened to, I believe it was Wuthering Waves. Also, the couple of times that I asked like the security and the con staffs, like, oh, is this the line for whatever panel? Is this how we get into that? They just didn't know the answer. Again, that's just like the convention hall and the employees of the convention hall, not so much like the actual like people running the convention. Also, one of my biggest gripes is that yes, they've expanded and they've essentially took over a huge portion of the surrounding downtown area. Why do we still need to check in? I know it's to not get us sneaking in or whatever, but it's such a huge inconvenience. I would also say that although I mentioned that some of the industry booths got a lot better, I think some of them got like a little bit worse too. Now there are 3 different industry areas that you could go to, but some of them just kind of felt lacking compared to last year. Like Toho definitely, Aniplex, Bushiroad as well, though Bushiroad had 2 booths last year, now they only have 1. There were also some booths there that I was like, why are you here? Such as ANA and the Japan railway system. Like, I get it, that's like anime related, and going to Japan is also, you know, an anime related thing, but like, I don't know. Also, Artist Alley, I heard nothing but complaints on twitter.com. I did see this tweet about the CO2 level and I was like, oh my God, that is not good. Yeah, Artist Alley, I think that they can't just have that section in the back. I think it has to be the entire Kentai Hall. Make the spaces wider, make them more walkable. Cause like the way that it is now, it is a nightmare. Thank God I did all of my Artist Alley stuff day 1 and just got it out of the way. That way I could just like hang out in the convention. And also in the Kentai Hall, Artist Alley was pushed all the way in the back. Did we really need like all those like Pokemon vendors and all those slab sellers? Like, we don't really need all that in the Kentai Hall. And also the 18 plus section was kind of handled really strangely. Like, if you had a wristband, you could just walk in, but you could also get your 18 plus check-in in that big line. But why would you do that when you could just go get it early? But not a lot of people knew that you could get it in a different room. You wait in line for like 3 minutes and they give you your wristband, then you walk all the way back and you're in. The 18 plus Artist Alley was nice. Not really anything to write home about. I did see this tweet about the 18 plus Artist Alley, just them not getting like a lot of revenue and not making it worth it, which it makes sense. Cause like you're in the 18 plus, you're restricting a huge portion of the fan base. Like, let's be honest, anime and manga and like the otaku sphere, it's a young man's game, all right? It's a young girl's game. I'm not the target demographic anymore. Although this one is really good and I am the target demographic. Now, I could include complaining about tourists and people just like complaining about Anime Expo when like it's their first one and they're speaking in authority like they've done it before. I've been going since Anime Expo since 2010. Pretty old. Essentially half my life. Wow, that's crazy to say out loud. But like, I get it if this is like your first Anime Expo and you're like, oh, this is horrible, I never want to go again. I've said it before, Anime Expo being your first convention is one of the worst things you could do. This is a nice place to like go and hang out, but this is a trade show essentially. We go to get exclusive merchandise. We go to see what is coming out in the world of anime, manga, and video games. We go meet with enthusiasts. We go see an old movie from 1984 that was never shown in America. Legally, apparently. If you go to Anime Expo just to shop, I personally think you're doing yourself a disservice. We have a lot of industry guests from Japan coming to this show. Take advantage of it, because not a lot of anime conventions are able to do that. And that is one of the big draws of Anime Expo. Also, I think we got to talk about Midnight Mahjong too. Now, I didn't go this year because I was just way too busy with like family and stuff. But apparently it definitely got hijacked by people not necessarily associated with Midnight Mahjong. They just heard like, oh, there's a cool hangout after party, like after con hours. And there's like a lot of scenes from Midnight Mahjong. And a lot of people are calling it StareCon, which it is not at all. But friend of the channel, RDR, did create this whole write-up talking about the history of Midnight Mahjong and the eventual like downfall of it as well. There were like 2 Mahjong tables. Well, with the whole Midnight Mahjong thing, I really do think that we need to have like a third space in terms of like anime conventions. Like, yeah, you have your main hub, your main base of operations, like your house, your hotel, you have the main con, and then like afterwards, like, what do you do? Where do you go? And that's where like Park Con and Midnight Mahjong come in. But I think that's a video for another time. Long story short, I had a blast. I always have a blast. I went to a bunch of panels, went to a bunch of cosplay gatherings, walked the halls multiple times, spent hours in the entertainment hall. Would I do it again? Absolutely. I will absolutely do it again. All right, well, with that, I gotta go back to work. Yeah. Well, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for indulging me as well. And thank you to all the new subscribers to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not, for more anime convention vlogs and talking head pieces and all that good stuff. I do want to expand more on this channel where we just do live streams and talk about like anime related stuff, as well as all the IRL convention stuff as well. Thank you again. This has been Lunchbox5930. Let me know in the forums below how your Anime Expo went, and if you had a bad time, tell me why. Kind of curious to hear why. Love you all. Bye. Take care. I'm gonna go drink a Celsius.